We can't go it alone. I know we live in this society where it's sort of got this feeling like, and I did it all by myself, and I'm just a superhero, rock star, and I just made it alone. Well, guess what? That's a bunch of bologna sandwiches. We can't do it alone. And let me tell you something, being an artist, especially professional artist, there is no reason to try to do that alone, because really, we're not doing it alone. So we might as well make the most of the fact that we have communities that we can celebrate and wrap around ourselves and contribute to. And it's going to make all the difference in the world. If you are hoping to be a professional artist, or if you already are one, you probably already know this, but I'm just, here to remind you, as I've been repeatedly reminded this summer myself. So, welcome to episode 12 of The Art of Making an Art Career. My name is Ann Livingston, and I'm a full-time painter, and I'm so glad you're here with me on this art channel. I became a professional artist later in life, around 7 years ago, and I want to share everything that I have learned so far with you to help your art dreams come true too. I want to tell you how the summer went, because it is getting close to mid-August, and I have done 6 art event, sale, fair type things. And I kind of wanted to tell you how it all turned out. So the total amount of money that I made was about $5,000, and I sold 1 medium large painting, 6 small paintings, and then of course many prints and cards, copies of the book that I wrote, and the tote bag that I made. So all in all, I would say it was a splendid experience. I learned a lot, because I was really, I was being more deliberate this summer than I usually am with selling art. I just feel like I would take things as they come, and it would all work out and everything. But right now, I think it's more important to be intentional as our economy begins to shift and people's moods around money seem to shift. So I think as this next season comes up, there'll be a lot of interesting things to talk about in terms of how professional artists can thrive. And yeah, I think it's going to be cool. This is a blueberry bush that is absolutely full of blueberries, and this summer has been so bonkers that I think this is pretty metaphorical how I haven't had time to do things like, I don't know, enjoy and even kind of take advantage of the gifts that are right in front of me. And that is why I wanted to talk to you about one of my absolute favorite new YouTubers, and her name is Jackie Wolven. She is a public speaker and also an artist. And full disclosure, she said some incredibly nice things about me recently, and it has led to unexpectedly amazing outcomes. So, but it would be absolutely strange not to mention her, because having encountered her at this point, I feel like she's changed me a little bit. So I'm gonna bring her up right now. Jackie is like that person you meet at a party and you're like, wait a minute, this is the most interesting person in the room, and she's interested in me too. And I just left the party feeling a little bit wiser and a little bit better. I don't want to spoiler it too much, because I really think you should just go over to her channel. But she has really great ideas about, I don't know, how to life, And I think one of the things is that, especially on YouTube, there are a lot of avenues you can go to learn about how to be successful at stuff. And Jackie is successful at stuff, but I think even more importantly, she reminds us to appreciate where we are and the journey to get to that inevitable success. And to really be alive. And I cannot recommend her channel enough. It's like you don't want it to end. And so thank goodness she's consistent at posting, so that you know that there'll be another episode coming. And one of the main ideas in her channel is to love where you live. And when I was first watching her, I didn't quite get it, even though I do love where I live. But the idea is so profound because it's beyond just like, oh, I lucked out, I wound up in a really cool place. But to absolutely just, you know, find what you love about where you are right now. And whether that is your place, which is really important. I think your sense of place is so deep, you know, whether it's your house, your town, your community. And yeah, she has really opened my eyes in a lot of ways, and it's still early days. I can't wait to see what happens. And I haven't even started talking about her studio chats. She's also an artist, a painter, and so she chats with you while she's painting. And if you're a painter, I think it's really fun to paint while she's painting and listen to what she has to say. And it's just like slightly less lonely in the studio with her talking to you. So anyway, I would really recommend Jackie Wolvin's channel. She's just, it's hard to put into words, but you just feel better when you listen to her and you feel like you've had a chat with her. And you have practical tips about I don't know, how to live life in a way that makes you feel happier. That's a gift. So anyway, connecting with people on YouTube is one of a cajillion ways that we can, as artists, not take this journey alone. It's important to find people in your neighborhood, or at least your town or city, who can be sort of your art crew. And it could be people that you paint with or work with, or folks that you like to have group shows with, put on events together, or it could be people that you want to do like some supportive critiques of each other's work. But if you don't already have art friends, I think it's a priority, personally. I don't know how one could grow as an artist without other people who are passionate about it too, who can be peers. And of course, taking classes is huge as well. If you're wondering, how am I going to find my art friends? Classes are great, meetups are great, and if there aren't any, then starting one is a good idea. It's definitely time to shop for art friends if you don't have any, or if you feel like you don't have enough. The second way I think it's important to not go alone when you're an artist is to make sure that you are accepting help when it is offered, or even asking for help. It's just a huge temptation, especially in our culture, to do everything independently and, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But we need each other, and going out of your way to help other people and then accepting help from people is, I believe the sum is greater than the parts when you help each other. I also think it's important to get involved in the art community in your area. This means going to art openings and starting to be a familiar face where you live in the art community. This also might mean doing some volunteer work whether it's for a co-op gallery or an arts organization. Really, it's about becoming a regular in the groups where you want to be a regular, if you know what I mean. There's a friend of a friend who just offered himself up as a helper at a gallery. It wasn't a co-op or anything, but just sort of made himself indispensable, and eventually he was represented at that gallery. I think, so, of course, galleries are looking for artists who have excellent art, but you know what? If you are somebody who is going to be there for a gallerist, I think that goes a long way. Now, I'm not speaking from personal experience, but I'm just saying, like, if that's a route that you're hoping to go, if you wish to be represented by a gallery, it would behoove you to be a familiar face at the gallery. Anyway, I'm hoping these ideas aren't too obvious and preachy, but I feel so strongly about them. I really think that I think we need each other, and connecting online also is great. If you have your Instagram friends or your YouTube friends, I think that's a great idea because we can also help each other remotely. And here's an example of helping each other remotely. Check out these numbers. I went from something like 225 to 680 or something over the course of a week. And that is thanks to Jackie when she recommended my art channel on one of her recent videos. And that video happened to take off. She had a couple of other recommendations of some wonderful YouTube artists. And I think we are all kind of hungering to be inspired by each other. And that is what resulted. So my watch hours. I'm feeling very grateful to Jackie tonight and to you for watching along and becoming part of a community with me. And I hope that you already have so many people surrounding you, supporting you, inspiring you, and making art together with you. And if not, I hope that you find them easily because we all need each other. And I'm glad to be here with you.